Thousands rally in Tel Aviv in protest against Israeli government.
This post received a score of 2,400, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Fortunately for Israel and the world, Netanyahu's polling numbers are in losing government territory. There's no such thing as peace with either Netanyahu or Hamas in power. Hopefully, in short order, both will be gone from any grip on governance.
Votes for parties that don't make a certain threshold are ignored. Parties are awarded seats based on what % of the votes they receive, going top-down from a party list. Because of the difficulty for a single party to gain majority, this means smaller parties must band together and make concessions with each other in order to rally behind a prime minister. Israel has tons of political parties in the Knesset for a few reasons, mainly the low barrier for political party entry, and the diversity. Because the only limit is the 3.25%, and you're not running candidates in districts, if 10% of the country wants your party, then 10% of the Knesset seats will be your party. No mess with first past the post, gerrymandering, electoral collage, or any of that nonsense. There is a very low bar for entry.
Greater than Combat Officer Lior Seller also spoke at the rally, saying, "As soon as I'm released from the army, I'm going to sue those responsible for this huge failure. IDF allows serving members to join political protests? Weird. I didn't think any military service allowed that."
Israeli here. Not super tight on the specifics, but from what I remember it's okay as long as the individual distances himself from the army. For example, don't come to the protest wearing uniforms. Don't spout rhetorics like, "me and my fellow troops believe." As it's important to keep the army apolitical.
They're not protesting against the government nor their actions. The title is awfully misworded and misleading. They're protests that are meant to show the government that the families of the hostages won't forget about them nor give up on them, and by that sort of guide the government to change their order of priorities and actions from number 1 being eliminating Hamas and number 2 being retrieving the hostages to number 1 being the hostages and number 2 being Hamas. No one is saying that that's the correct or best course of action, it's just what the families want.
This makes way more sense than what Western headlines imply.
The protests against him 6 months ago had hundreds of thousands. Can't believe he sees this as anything but a success.
He's polling at half he's politically done, but nobody is cheering after October 7th.
This is in Tel Aviv because Israel is a democracy that respects dissent. In Gaza, these people would be killed.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.